Now, welcome, guys. Awesome. If you guys are watching this replay, make sure you comment replay below. Welcome to episode number 8, and welcome to the Pro Hustlers TV. Basically, what we do is we are actually interviewing business owners, entrepreneurs, hustlers, and just sort of get to know them and find out a bit about them and sort of, some of the questions and give you guys a little bit of value and everything else in it. So, right now I have a special guest with me here. Cheryl's here with us. I've known Cheryl for a really long time, and she is just inspired so many people starting this journey. And so I have some of the questions that I'm just going to be asking her, and she can share some of it about her and sort of like what drives her. I know today she gave me some good news, and she's going to be a big sister, which is actually pretty cool. So that's exciting, and that's one of the things that she loves to do. Is she's passionate about it. So Cheryl, while you guys are coming on here right now, if you guys are watching, just comment below. Let us know what part of the world you're watching for. Some of you guys want to watch a replay. Just comment replay. I want to see who's engaging. If you guys are getting, maybe let us know topics. Maybe you want to be one of the entrepreneurs that maybe is running it, that wants to be interviewed, and just sort of get your word out there and sort of who you are and brand you a little bit. So anyways, nevertheless, let's get you guys started here. And Cheryl, first thing I always ask is maybe just share a little bit about yourself and what do you stand for?
Oh yeah, that's a really good question. Sharing a little bit about myself. Well, I followed the traditional path. I went to school. I went to secondary school. I followed in the path of this quote unquote career, and I discovered along the way that that wasn't for me. That it didn't fit my mold, kind of thing, or nor did I fit in that mold. So what I did was, I am so passionate about helping people, and I just didn't really know how or the avenue of how I was going to do it. And so, it was basically for myself. I just really wanted something different. I wanted to change for myself. I just wanted to learn new things. I kind of fell into that kind of mediocre space where I wasn't really happy and I wasn't passionate about what I was doing anymore. I'm such a creative person. Like, I really love design. I love ideas. I love marketing. I love helping people all in one. But how can I get to those things when I didn't fit into the mold of what I was already doing? So that's when I started to explore other avenues and discovered this process along the way.
Awesome. And then you actually work creative because previously you worked in a corporate world. Is that right?
Oh yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you want to share a little bit about that? Because I know I know there's some of the things we don't have so many questions that we can do, but I know how passionate you are at this. But there's one thing that was sort of, bothering you so much, even though you were making good money. But
Yes, there is a big but there. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate. It doesn't matter what industry that you're really in. The corporate world is great for so many reasons. And again, like I said before, I didn't fit in that mold. So, um, for me, being in that environment.
is that right?
Oh, I can hear myself there.
No,
No?
you're good.
Okay. So being in that environment, I discovered along the way that I wasn't necessarily happy what I was doing. There were sayings that like you really have to hustle hard to where you're at, or you have to work hard, and then comes retirement, and that type of message didn't really resonate with me very much. Like it was one of those things where you kind of think back to your childhood, and people ask you what you want to do, and you never imagine that your life is going to what your life is going to be like, but you don't actually imagine that your life is going to be working 12 hours a day, or 16-hour days, or 18-hour days, or all-nighters. And that was my life for the longest time, and I didn't mind it, obviously, for the first few years, because as an intern you have to prove
Put in the
yourself.
work and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put the work in, right? And that's kind of what like how people viewed it or saw like how you make it, quote unquote. And so I really put that work in. I was helped by a lot of people. I was very blessed to be able to have people mentor me in that industry and help me get to where I was at that time, but I just was not happy. You know, like my passions weren't being fulfilled. I was no longer looking forward to going to work. I was no longer, really passionate about the creative anymore. They kind of sucked the passion out of me in a way. And so, again, like I just, my eyes wandered to other things because I knew that something had to change. I just didn't know what or how.
Yeah, awesome. I know a lot of times is making all this money, but if you don't have time to spend it, what's the point? And
What's
that's
the
one of the
point?
things. But let's get into something like because can you share some of the biggest lessons you have learned since you actually started, working online?
Yeah. Oh my God, the biggest lessons that I've learned. The 9 to 5 mindset is completely different than the entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah,
We're so used to being molded into following. I don't know if a lot of people actually understand that, but when throughout your whole educational career, I guess, or that part of your life, you're told to do things in a certain way. And there's a story about how I can't remember exactly what the story is, but each animal, on this earth is different. So if you're asking a rabbit to climb a tree, they can't do that. If you're asking, if you're asking like a turtle to run like a rabbit, they won't be able to do that. Everyone is unique in that sense, right? And so our uniqueness is so powerful that sometimes it's just molded into us that we have to be a certain way when that's not true. We have so much potential, but again, we're just taught to follow things in a certain way. And, maybe it's probably not for everyone. And so, like that's why I think it's just so important to understand that, to realize that everyone is so unique that, let your passion shine, let you shine, like so that the world can actually experience you, right? And I think that was my biggest lesson, is that I can't follow anything or anyone. I have to do what's right for me.
but it's
And
hard to do that though, because when you come in, like for me, when I was working in the corporate world, it was really hard for me to decide. It's like like you want to impress the boss, you want to make sure you show up, make sure you work those longer hours, but you're still doing the same routine. It's like you get up in the morning, get ready, get kids to school, and then off you go to work, and you drive the commute, you're stuck in traffic, and then it's like one time I was driving in traffic, and it was actually so crazy to see when you look at the people on the right and left, even though they're stuck in traffic, they're just miserable. They're like, it's like zombies, you just go in and start setting it up. And that's what we
yeah,
thought it was different. And even for myself, when I first started out, it was like, it's brand new way of thinking, brand new way of doing things. But if you're doing the same thing over and over again and you're getting the same results, you got to do something different. So
you got to do something different. And that is also another lesson too, is
yeah,
do something different. If you really you want your life to change, you have to discover, like what else you can do, and not necessarily just keep following it. Then you become complacent and you don't necessarily change. Like
yeah.
a lot of people just kind of expect change to happen to them, but you do have to do the work, and that is also internal work as well. Like how are you going to change as a person to reflect what your outer world is going to look like?
Awesome, awesome. So right now, like I said, if you could start all over, how would you do things differently? We talked about, it's just things are like, oh man, it's just there's so many things we could do if you go back. But
Yeah.
let me get into this one, because I know this one is one that we always talk about. What is your morning routine? Because everyone has different routines. And where did you get the inspiration for
Oh gosh, I never actually knew about a morning routine until I
it?
needed a morning routine, because once you get yourself out of that 9 to 5 mindset, you discover that wow, like I really don't know what to do. I don't have anywhere to be. I have no one telling me that I have to be somewhere at a certain time to do things at a certain time, or I don't have any deadlines. And so these morning routines are so important because it actually implements these successful habits that you need to set you up for your day, and for life. The importance of a morning routine is just it's just second to none. Like it's oh my god, it's so important. So what I do in the mornings is I get up. Actually, I don't really get up. I actually make sure that I stay in bed and I put myself in that space where I'm really excited about my day. And the reason why I do that is because I want my whole thought process throughout the day to be absolutely incredible. And I know that everything that happens to me is going to be a really great learning lesson, or I'm just going to have a great day altogether. Then I get up and I meditate. I do yoga. And because I'm here with my parents right now, they've actually implemented that into their morning routine too. So it's kind of cool.
Crazy how
We
you can
all
teach them, huh?
Yeah, we all do this together, and then afterwards I read, and then I have breakfast. I have a really good breakfast routine of, because I'm vegan, so I eat like lots of fresh fruits and other things, everything vegan for me, and everything that resonates with me. And then afterwards, then I get into the marketing. I like, I shoot content, and then I also provide value and like run that social media business like there's no tomorrow. So yeah,
Where did you where did you get the inspiration? Like when you started out, like where did you look? Let's say a brand new person starting out, it's like we didn't know where to start. Who inspired you? Where did you take that inspiration to actually have a morning routine and how to start it?
Oh, where did I get the inspiration? Oh, yes. So a lot of so the mentors in the community, that was my inspiration because I didn't know where to start and how to start. And so when they had said, reading is really important, doing positive affirmations, um, having that morning routine of eating right and exercise and all this stuff. Then I realized, all right, well, then if they're doing it, then I got to do it too. And it really does help. So listening to the mentors and really just implementing what they're doing and kind of molding it for yourself, not having that cookie cutter base where you have to follow exactly what they do, but at least take what they do and implement it for yourself so you make it unique to you. That's how I really incorporated everything into my life and my morning routine, and it's helped so
It
large.
changes everything. Huh? When you start your day right, it
Yeah.
changes everything. When you start the right mindset, that's one of the things that when I started doing it, actually showed a quick video how I started like have that morning routine. And same thing, I was inspired by so many things, but even though someone else does it differently, I literally pulled from a few different mentors and I put it together what works for me. Some people they have ability to get up in the morning and they go for a run at 4:30 in the morning. Some people want to sleep in, so it all depends. It varies. And
Yeah.
I get into this one. This one is always like, what scares you? Like, you're in a business. What is this one thing that scares you, especially when you first started out and right now, like currently?
Okay. Well, what scared me? Well, what scared me the most when I first started out was, can I do this? Do I have the
Yeah.
in myself to actually do something like this? Am I capable? Am I worthy? Are people going to judge me? Are people going to think I'm crazy? I was really worried about like how I was going to do, but at the same time, I discovered along the way that what actually scares me more is staying in that place that I was at before. Like if I stayed at my job and did what I did for 40 years and then retire, I don't think I'd be a very happy person. And that
But
scares
when you
me.
look at it, even though, when you actually talk about the fear, because I actually just had a conversation with one of our students, and they had a fear, and they were saying like, what is the fear that I'm holding? What is the something that doing? And then I put it into perspective, something that my mentor told me, and was, are you fearful of failure, that you're going to fail in this business, that you're
Yeah.
going to invest time, you're going to invest money to
Yeah.
do something that is might help you? Or are you fearful of working for someone else for the next 40, 50 years and just maybe get a pension? And I thought when he put it in that perspective, 40 years or 3 years, hell yeah, I'm doing this better than anyone else.
Oh, yeah, me too. I would totally hustle hard. And this is the thing, because I'm in it right now. Like, I would rather hustle hard and do what most people don't in order to live the life that most people can't,
That's
And
so powerful.
right? I don't know where I heard that from, but I heard that from a mentor somewhere, and it was so powerful. As soon as he said that, I'm like, wow, because most people, like, I think that they really are afraid of change. Maybe they're afraid of being successful, but you know what? It is a whole lot better, and I think way more worth it to do things that you're scared to do, because that's what's going to make you grow. So, like for me at the very beginning, I was scared to actually start this. I was scared about what people were going to think of me. But what scares me more is not doing those things to actually get to where I would like to be, because
What
I
if?
would rather live my dream life, right? And set those goals now rather than just be complacent like I was before. Because I know for a fact, I know deep down in my soul that I would not be happy, right? Because then where, like, what would I be doing, and how would I be able, like, you know, if I really wanted to help other people, I also realized that I have to help myself first, because I can't.
That is powerful right there. What you just say. Say that again. You have
Yeah,
to help.
like yeah, like I can't teach other people to do what I do if I don't do it myself. So if I don't make actions past fear, if I don't, you know, speak my heart, if I don't go after the things that I really want, or if I don't, you know, like take these action steps that actually propel me to where I want to be, then how can I teach other people? Even, like, you know, my future children, if I have future children, you know, like if I'm going to tell them that they can do whatever they want to do, then why aren't I being that example, you know? And
Oh
that,
yeah.
yeah, and then to me that's very insightful, because I mean, like, if you really think about it this way, going through the traditional system of the educational system, they tell you you're going to make X amount of money, or if you want to be a millionaire, then do this and do that. But the people that are teaching you in that system are not necessarily living that experience,
The
right?
professor,
So,
remember the professors that are making $50,000, $80,000 a year working in
right.
school, they're teaching you just basically what they think it would work to make, to make the millions. I rather learn from a person that is actually having the results and stuff. And that's when we started out, we always talked about, but I know it talks about scaring, but what are some of the favorite aspects of this business, of you to have the ability to be your own boss? And
Okay, yeah. So I love this question because I have a lot of favorites in the business. I really do. Number one, like the highest thing that I really hold in the business is helping other people. That's always just kind of, that's been my trait. And I love talking to people. I love discovering who they are, what they want to do, and also helping them make those actions past fear too, you know, because I think just a lot of people just kind of need that support and guidance, you know, and when they know that they
it
can,
is, yeah.
yeah, and when they know that they can get that from you, then they feel a lot more comfortable doing that, because maybe, you know, like their outside sources of people that they're connected with do not actually do that for them, you know. And so it's same with me too. Like when I first started, I didn't realize this community was so amazing, full of support, people who actually have results, people who have mindset that you really want to implement into your own life to do what they're doing, so that you can be where you want to be, right? So that's one of my favorite parts, is like really getting to know people, understanding who they are, what they really want to do, what drives them. And it's also too because, you know, like when I was younger, I never thought I could do the things that I really wanted to do. I thought I had to fit in this mold of find out what your career is and do it for the next 40 years. And here I am actually still discovering what my passions are, you know. And that's also another part of the business that I really love, is actually making time for the things that I'm passionate about, the people that I really care about. You know, just having that understanding of other people and what makes them, what makes them unique, and also supporting that and telling them that it's okay, because it is okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to be a
To be
dancer.
different. It's okay to be different. And,
It's okay
we
to
get so
express.
many things. The way you said it, Cheryl, is like, when we get like some of my students and some of the clients that I work with, and they say, this is totally different. Like the support that I'm actually getting, it's crazy. Like before, it was to be like, here's the training, see you later, figure it out, Google it. Here you got the ability to, and that's one of the things, when you want to become a leader, you have to, become one, so you can actually lead by example and show you exactly what is possible. And that's one of the things when I was able to, work and able to quit my, 18-year career, it took a while to just get into a habit. And one of the favorite things a lot of people say is that freedom, that time freedom, but at the same time, you have to create your own schedule, because sometimes you can get yourself in trouble. I do it later, but you still got to work and you still got to have a routine. You still have to have those habits.
Yes.
So,
And that's
and
where
the
the
big one,
mindset comes in, right? Like that's where the
and that's
mind.
the next question.
Oh, well, there you go.
How has your mindset changed since you started?
Yeah.
Started working on this until now? Because I remember when I first started out, they told me to read books. I'm like, books? I didn't even own a book. Now I have like tons of books that I think, and just reading it and learning so many different things, it opens up your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And just before you get into this question, I just recently had one of my clients as well. Actually, She was from UK, and she said, my mind, like I just started, and I started reading The Magic. I started reading The Happy Pocket Full Mind, just those books that we recommend for you. And it was like, oh my God, Rafal, I'm going to work more positive. I'm going to work happy. I see it differently. Like, it's just how when you're surrounded with all those negative people, and when you actually start hanging around with the right people, how everything changed in your life. So how did your mindset change?
Oh God, my mindset has completely done a 360-degree turn on everything. It like this whole thing literally blew my mind. I didn't quite understand it at first. And I think, like now that I'm a lot more well versed in the business, um, I'm a lot happier. That's for sure. My whole mindset is just being happy, being me, and just loving myself more, even because again, like when you're on this journey, you have to have a lot of belief in yourself. You have to, again, like take those actions past fear so that you can be that person that you want to be. And you have to change your mindset. And so change your mindset of who you are right now. Are you scared of success? Are you, those are the things that I had to ask myself. Do I think that I could really do this? My God, like I didn't know where it was going to go.
We didn't know at the beginning when you start out. It's like, where do I start? And or just even get in front of a camera, how crazy it
Yeah.
was. It's like, oh, people are watching. Oh, what are they going to think of you?
Yeah, it does like a number on your mind. You're like, oh my God, like, do I look good or do I look bad or, whatever. But
What are they going to think of you?
yeah, but at the same time, it all comes with experience. You kind of just get used to it. And then, it becomes a habit for you. And then you actually start to become that person that you really want to be. Right. And so the whole mindset thing that changed for me was just being comfortable in being uncomfortable.
Yeah, because being uncomfortable, we always talk about the comfort zone. Like, success is literally just outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Fear is failure, fear of anything. But if you actually come in and start doing this, and some of you guys that are watching, you might have all kinds of different business. Maybe you're just working. Maybe you have a side business. Don't hesitate to share. I would love to see engagement. Give those hearts if you're watching live. Comment replay if you guys are watching, replay. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you guys. And maybe you can relate with some of the things. Maybe you are working in a job right now and just looking for another way of making income. Maybe you already have a successful business. Maybe you love your job. So there's so many different aspects. But when we talk about mindset is massive. Yeah. Because like, if what you think is what you become and what you attract. I'm like, it's such a difference how much more happier you get up. And when I first started out working on my mindset, I would go to work at that same time I was working, and I would be coming to work and they would ask, why are you always so happy? I'm like, why not? Like, I just got up and I'm alive. I got another day to live and enjoy it. And that's so powerful, because when you come out with this way, it's like people feel off your energy. And then, go out and right now smile. Smile to a person when you're walking by. Get them to smile at you. And now it's like it's sort of, getting you that extra boost of everything. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think that's really important too, is just being happy, right? I think this business has allowed me the space to be happy, because when I was working, and maybe you guys can relate to this too, your energy in your space is taken up by what you do, right? And so sometimes you don't have enough space to do that. And so, like when you find yourself in a place like that, you kind of ask, well, what can I do? Right. And so, and this is absolutely something that anyone and everyone can do if they choose to do it. Right. Like, this is a choice. This was a choice definitely for me to be able to discover even more about myself, because I love learning about everything and anything, like I love learning what resonates with me, what makes me happy. Like I discovered that I loved cooking vegan food. I discovered that, that I love nature walks, that,
I like your vegan food. I love your vegan food. I just have to add a little bit of meat and we're good to go.
I know, yeah. So but
you know what? I love what you said, Cheryl, there about choice. And a lot of times we forget that we have a choice. We go to a job or go to work or something. We complain how you don't like it and you dislike it and you keep going. You have a choice. You can go get another one, or you can go and do something different. But because of fear of comfort, because of fear of being there. And you're like, what if I can't do anything better? Or I have to start all over. And that's what happens when you get into that comfort zone. You're comfortable, but you're still struggling. And maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're getting all that. That's what sort of holds you back. And I think that's the next question I want to ask you, Cheryl, is, you know, that for us, when we start out, is the biggest thing for me was having a mentor. How important was it for you to have a mentor in your life or in your business?
Oh God, it's so important. It's so important. Like, you know, if you didn't have a mentor in anything, like if you, let's just say if you were going to do Kung Fu and you didn't have a mentor for that, to get to that success of being a Kung Fu master would be so much more longer, right? Or so much longer than it would be like if you had your mentor. So having a mentor in anything that you really want to do or desire to do is so important. Like I, I think
Do you have some examples, maybe? Like what sort of made, yeah, more, what made you more successful, or what made you go through the struggles better when you had someone like a mentor, someone that guide you and
okay.
taught you?
The guidance, absolutely the guidance. And when you have a mentor, it's like they give you shortcuts for things that you need to learn because they've already had that experience. So it actually gets you to your success even faster rather than you doing it yourself. So a mentor in business and or in life, I have mentors in both, I guess, personal and business. Although like personal and business for me has sort of molded into one anyways because like you share everything that you do as part of your business, just
Yeah.
share you and who you are. But yeah, to have a mentor is just the complete package to be able to learn from someone who has the insights, the experience, and who knows what the heck they're talking about, not from someone who, you know, doesn't know. Like for example, and I'm sure we've given this example before, you don't want to get lessons from, you don't want to take swimming lessons from someone who doesn't know how to swim.
Or the personal trainer that is like 400 pounds, barely
Right.
can walk, you know,
Right.
and they're teaching you how
Where's
to
the
lose weight.
logic? Right? Where's the logic in that? I mean,
No,
it's
that's the
yeah.
main thing. And you know, one thing though, I want to, if you, I would just want to show this to the viewers, guys. If you guys are watching right now, and let us know in the comment, do you have a mentor, or are you already, you know, how important is it to you, or maybe you're looking for one? Just mention, put in a comment. I love to see engagement, even if you're watching replay as well. You know, put it in the chat and then just let us know.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Would love all these questions and, you know,
Oh
like I said,
yeah.
and to help other
Uh,
people.
this is awesome. Yeah. So, guys, comment below if where you guys are watching from. We have people from all over the world that I'm mentoring, I'm coaching. I'm a business online coach as well, and I was able to, you know, help people to have that better life, to have ability to, you know, leave their job or maybe just have that extra side hustle on the side to work from online. We actually work in affiliate marketing. We deal with high ticket commissions. We actually have a training platform, which is amazing. So
Right.
that's
And
pretty
you can
cool.
do any business online, right? It's anything. If you already have a business, you can utilize this platform as well. It's an educational platform for anyone who just wants to learn, you know,
It's
the
like a
social media.
university, I would say. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Maybe the last question, Cheryl, I want to close it off is, what advice would you give someone that is maybe looking to start their own digital business, or maybe learn maybe how to have that, you know, side hustle or something on the side, you know, because I know we have the brick and mortar
Yep.
businesses, we have the, now everything is switching to online. Like, what would you suggest there?
Like Nike says, just do it. If you're thinking about it, why not just delve in deep into it? You know, the time is so precious. We don't have time. Time is something we can't get back. Why wait 1 or 2 years to actually delve into something when you already have it on your mind and you can just go do it, get it done, start learning something new, start, you know, like finding out exactly what you're passionate about and just put it online. Use an educational platform that you know that works, right, that have results, you know, like with people who have actually utilized this platform, and just follow exactly what they're doing. um, to have a digital marketing business, this is the new age of, you know, where Amazon like makes $1 million a day, guys. Like
Like a
affiliate
million.
marketing is not
Well,
like
it's 114 millions a day,
114 million.
millions a day or something crazy.
And by the way, if you compare the brick and mortars to the digital online world, guess what's closing down? It's all the brick and mortars because they are discovering that online is so much more efficient. So if you want to start a digital marketing business online with your business or with us and what we have, then you want to go where the traffic is, right? You want to learn like a new skill, or, and mind you, this skill isn't rocket science, so it's literally like step by step. And I think
Oh yeah.
that's something that really helped me too. I'm not a digital nomad by any means. Like I can click buttons on the computer and I can follow
Oh,
instructions.
you're so fast with all the keyboard and everything else like that. So, but we had people that had no Facebook and they wanted to learn, and they just, as long as you coach them on stuff like that, and so thank you very guys for watching this. If you guys are watching till now, if you watch the replay, comment below. Cheryl, thank you for being here with us. Amazing. Again, for some of you guys, entrepreneurs, reach out to me. I am doing applications. I'm actually doing more interviews to help you promote your business. I have special guests that are coming up that actually have, they finished their book. So we're going to promote that a little bit and just sort of get to know, because some of you guys might relate with it. And again, engage in here, reach out, ask any questions, and, maybe there's a way we can help you out as well too, because with the platform that we're using, the training, the like educational platform, basically you get your own advisor call. So you get someone that actually can help you. You go through an actual, it's the actual, what do you call it, Cheryl? The whole process, but there's a name for it. Discovery process, yeah, discovery process.
Yes.
Yeah, so you go through questionnaire, discovery process, and then the advisor will reverse engineer a game plan for you. So again, there's so much out there. And when I first looked at this, it was like, where do I start? Do your own research. Find out exactly what it is. That's what Cheryl did. And that's when I first started out. And I was passionate about, once you learn that skill, it's going to help you. And, I love this standing desk. I can be free. So awesome, guys. Thank you for watching. This is Pro Hustler TV, where we interview hustlers, entrepreneurs, business owners. If you're one of those business owners or maybe entrepreneurs and you want to be featured here, reach out to me. We're going to get you started. This is episode number 8. We're going to get going. I have a whole bunch of people that are already scheduling, amazing entrepreneurs that went from zero little experience to now running, a 5, 6, 7-figure online business. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys at the end. Cheers.
Bye.